Get off. What's poppin' T Subs and T Squad? Yes, I'm wearing the same damn shirt that I wore in last night's live review because it's clean. I'm clean. It's the weekend, and I'm not about to sit over here and feel like I gotta look like a goddamn beauty queen for y'all at no 8 something on Sunday morning. No, ma'am. Y'all'll be alright. All right. Welcome again to the second channel. Y'all know we don't be here often, but I gotta, child, I gotta find things, you know what I'm saying, to add to the second channel. I gotta get the second channel back activated. So what better way to do this than by starting the show from the ground up and just letting it build up on this channel? What show am I talking about? Love and Marriage Detroit. It premiered the first season, first episode for the first season premiered last night. I was able to see it on the OWN app. Shout out for the OWN app for coming through on the clutch. So considering that's the case, this is probably how y'all are going to get the review for this. Y'all, the designated, excuse me, Jesus, the designated reviews for this show will be on Sunday mornings. And it's going to be uploaded onto the second channel, this channel. All right, I more than likely will do some highlights of this and put it on the main channel, or I might just resurrect less gags back on the main channel. And depending on how these reviews do, I might just do a less gag and put this on the main channel, and it'll help bring folk from around there to over here that's not around here, whatever. I work it out. Anyway, Love and Marriage Detroit, Season 1, Episode 1. What up, dope? So, the first part of this is basically us meeting the couples, understanding why they're here, how they became a friend group, who knows who did who, and so on and so forth. So, the three couples in question are all meeting up for Father's Day. They're having a Father's Day cookout, all in white. And yeah, that's what they're coming to. So the first couple we got introduced to is Brandon and Christina Smith. They have been married for 11 years. They got married less than 6 months within meeting each other. Christina moved to Detroit 4 days before the wedding. Christina is a fashion designer, social media influencer, and is an image consultant, and she's been doing that for between 11 to 12 years now. Brandon has a company called Star Factory that he opened up 17 years ago. That's like an artist development type company. He develops new artists and polish them up and give them vocal training and so on and so forth and get them together, for their stardom and whatnot. And they have 2 daughters together. So that's it for Brandon and Christina Smith. Russell and Kobe. Russell and Kobe, they've been married for 3 years. Kobe is a content creator slash influencer. Russell runs a nonprofit organization called SOAR Detroit, and he's also in the Army National Guard, and they have an 18-month-old daughter together. Shout out to Kobe and Russell. Fine ass. Anthony and Dr. Okay, Latoya Thompson. Yes, God. Dr. Latoya, she's a sports physical therapist, and she's the owner of Ob- Obvalence. I hope I said it right. Obvalence wine. It's a luxury wine, and obviously it's doing what it's supposed to do. So shout out to her for that. I ain't never had it, but just because I ain't never had it don't mean it ain't doing what it's supposed to do. So shout out to you, Doc. Um, And Anthony works for a company called Lion Nation, I believe it's called, and they do touring. So I guess they're like a touring company thing. When folk go out on tour, I guess they call his company and they get all the groundwork and stuff together. So I guess that's what he does. And he's the owner of AT Network Production Studio. Don't really know what that does, what that entails for, but who cares? He got a job. And they have 3 children. They've been married for 14 years, but Latoya didn't think that she was gonna marry him at first. She didn't think he was his cup of tea. And no tea, no shade. I get it. No shade to Anthony. It's no shade to Anthony, but I get and understand what it was that she was saying. But listen, you never know. what God has in store for you in your life. Because look what happened. The very person you thought that you would never be with turned out to be the one you married and had 3 damn children with and got a whole damn wine company with, and so on and so forth. And both of y'all ended up on Love and Marriage in Detroit. See how God do? Moving on. That's it for the 3 couples. All right, we finally met the 3 couples. So that's who we dealing with. Brandon and Christina, Russell and Kobe, and Anthony and Dr. Latoya. Those are the 3 couples. Um, Anthony and Brandon, they met through music. Like I say, Anthony works for a touring company. Brandon is an artist developer, so that's how they met. They became friends. And Kobe and Dr. Latoya are sorors. Sorors of what? I don't damn know, but it better not be what the hell I think they are. They better not be what the hell I think they are. They better be some damn Zetas. Okay? They better be some damn Zetas. All right? At the very least, they better be some damn SG Rows. All right? I would love for them to be Deltas, but for some reason they just don't give that off. So there's only one more thing left other than whoever else I done left out in the dust, girl, and child. I don't even want to bring that up. I don't even want to bring it up, but don't y'all put it down in the comments either. We know who I'm talking about. We ain't even gotta go there. Moving on. So the men talk, and Brandon brings up not being able to go to Vegas with a couple of the guys because he didn't want to hear Christina's mouth. And because of which Anthony invites him to his men's movement class or whatever. Um, Anthony invites the men out for a men's weekend, and Christiana asks, are they telling them or are they asking? And let's get down to one thing at a time here, because there was a lot going on. This is the first episode, so there was a lot going on. This whole Vegas trip, I really don't give a shit about because we wasn't privy to it, but I get this is supposed to set this up for Brandon and Christina's story. Because obviously they got a very, very much so Love and Hip Hop esque storyline. It's told along the lines of Mimi, Stevie J, and Hofsaline, Peter Guns, Tara and Amina, Scrappy, the Bam, and so on and so forth. Like it's going down that road. So I guess Brandon, working in the music industry, we all know he done cheated on Christina. All right, let's just call a spade a spade. He cheated on Christina. All right. Christina decided to stick around and still be with him, and that caused her to have some insecurities. Yes, my God. Listen, I know women hate the word insecurity. Well, then, bitch, stop being insecure. And you won't get that label thrown on your ass because at the end of the day, while yes, he was wrong for what he did, but girl, you still stayed. So ain't no sense in you being insecure. You know what I mean? Like you stood there, you didn't leave. So don't be insecure. All right. Now I know it's about to be a whole bunch of women that's gonna get under the comments and be upset at what I said, but oh well, truth hurts. Usher told us that. Truth hurts. Okay, truth hurts. He told us that with the Confessions album. Don't get mad with me. Don't get mad with me. But y'all women who set up and put up with that stuff and then stay, okay, please. Anyway, Anthony Man Movement class sounds like some dumbass. I was bored and had nothing better to do but to get a whole bunch of niggas around to talk about and complain about their wives and complain about their girlfriends, complain about their baby mammy doing bald headed whole shit. Like that's what it gives. It just gives somebody who's bored, and instead of having a barbershop talk in the barbershop, they just go they just gonna turn it into a whole class, a whole movement. You know what I'm saying? We men hear us roar. I mean, fine. Fine. I mean, look, I'm a man and I ain't got no interest in joining your damn class because I don't know what it is that y'all got to talk about, what it is that y'all gonna say, and how can y'all help me? You know what I'm saying? Like I was because when Anthony was explaining it, and I get what he was saying, but it was just very run of the mill shit that you don't need a class for. Like, but fine. I'm gonna let you have it, Anthony. Um, Christina asking, are they telling them they going on vacation or are they asking? I'm gonna be real with y'all. Um, as a grown ass person, I kind of agree with him. I'm not asking a damn thing. I'm not. I'm not. If it's something that ain't got to come out of your pocket, if it's something that I'm paying for, I'm not asking you shit. So I felt where Anthony was coming from, where he was like, well, I ain't asking shit. Now, I don't ask. I'm just saying what I'm going to do. Now, I was on his side with that because everybody grown. Now, I get that you got a family, you got a wife, you got children, but that don't mean you got to ask a damn thing. Because be clear, much like you say, when y'all women go out and have y'all women nights, y'all girl trips, y'all hot girl summer, y'all don't ask. They come home and see you packing clothes, packing up bikini tops, and so on and so forth. That's how they find out or figure out that y'all going somewhere at the last damn minute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going out with my homegirls. Don't worry about the churn. My mama gonna be around here making sure that you eat, they eat, and the house is taken care of. Don't look for me, cause I'm gonna be somewhere drunk in the corner. All right, so it's I felt him in that moment, and I'm sorry. I get they married. I get all that. But everybody grown. I was on his side. I ain't asking you shit. I'm telling you where I'm going. This what it is. I'm going. Okay. Now, if the other husbands ask their wives, that's cool. That's their household. I'm going. Okay. I was on Anthony's side with that. No tea, no shade. Anywho, Christina brings up Brandon doing things in the past, so she don't trust him. Again, I say, girl, keep it to yourself. Okay, keep it to yourself. No matter what he did to you, girl, you stayed. So ain't no sense of you getting up here trying to. Listen, don't be the Melody Cherie of this thing. Because I see Carlos got a formula and he just gonna stick to it. Because I really felt like Brandon gonna mess around and be the new fuck nigga in the lead suit, and he gonna turn around and try to turn you into the next mellow head. And we don't need that. We leave Love and Marriage Huntsville with Love and Marriage Huntsville. Let these people find their own identities, their own storylines. We ain't got to piggyback off no storyline. That's really what I feel this is giving. Now, all of the women that's going to sit over here and be all up under Christina's ass, and it's about to be a whole bunch of bread and hate, and so on. And so it's going to put me back into the mind of alienation. I don't want to go down that road, Carlos. Okay? I don't. Especially because I heard some back tea. Again, especially because I heard some back tea. I really felt like this is what this is going to turn up being, and I'm not seeing you for it, Carlos. But we'll get there when that time comes. Moving on. Christina and Kobe meeting with their girls for a play date down to Swag Playhouse, I believe it was called. And Christina feels like Brandon should be helping out more at the house so that she could do the influencer, because I told y'all she's an influencer. And I guess this is another Anila type of situation. Anila went through the same thing on Married to Medicine, being an influencer, doing this all day, and feeling like her doing this all day was really hindering her. Her children, being a mom, was really hindering her from being able to do this all day. Now, I'm not saying that's the situation with who said this. Well, Christina, I mean. I'm not saying this for Christina, but I mean, I get where Christina is coming from. I do. Both of y'all are married. You're a dad too. It shouldn't have to be all placed on me. Obviously, it's not as if he has artist after artist after artist after artist after artist. If she's basically feeling like he can come home more. So it's like, why ain't you home more? To help out with your churn and your wife and your household. Like, why are you, look, Brandon, I don't know you. This is the first episode of the first season. I don't know nothing about you. I don't have no problems with none of y'all over there just yet, but I'm seeing traits. I'm seeing traits. I'm seeing patterns. I'm seeing signs. I don't know. But I appreciate I appreciated Kobe giving Christina her flowers. And it's obvious Christina needed to hear that because she started crying. And that's telling too. It is. That's telling too. What that's telling, Brandon, is that you really don't give her the proper flowers or the proper thanks or appreciation that she obviously deserves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because her getting those type of flowers really shouldn't have made her cry like that. It should have been like, oh, thank you, sis. I totally appreciate that, girl. Give me a hug, bitch. Like, that's what I was expecting. But the fact that that made her cry, I could just tell you don't tell her that often. Okay, you don't. You don't tell her that often. And it's mighty funny how in the next scene, in the next confessional, you want to talk about, well, if you felt appreciated more or loved more or whatever, you know, you would be home more and you wouldn't mind coming home. And we're about to get on that. He in the studio working with his new artist, Naja. Again, I say, Carlos, this is it's very Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. It is. It's very Love and Hip Hop New York. It's very Love and Hip Hop Miami. It's very Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. It is. It is. He got this unknown artist his wife don't know about. He keeping it a secret. Don't want to tell her. It's obviously an issue. She's already feeling not appreciated enough at home because when Kobe gave her her flowers, she cried. So she's not getting appreciation at home. But you all up in your confessionals when she was just asking you to come home. Because that was the thing. She called him when he was in the middle of working, and he caught a whole damn attitude. Again, I don't know him. I don't know her. I ain't picking a side. This is the first season, first episode. We don't know him. And maybe a lot of things were cut out. But it just felt like she called you and asked you what you was doing, and then you just caught an attitude. And then you got real irritated. And now your whole night and your whole mood is ruined. And now you gonna have to cancel the whole session. And it's just like, sir, like she asked you what you was doing. I'm working with the artist. She's in the booth right now. Like, I mean, is everything cool? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I am in the middle of the session. You know, is everything cool? If not, can I really hit you back after this? Like, it was just other ways that you could have navigated that conversation to get the results that you wanted. And it just felt as if you made it a point to create an issue and create an attitude just so that you can hang up and not be on the phone with her. But then you wonder why she feels insecure when it comes to you working with artists. Like, you're not even being honest in this moment and letting her know that you even working with a female. See, another thing, men make it hard on themselves because sometimes just being honest can clear all of this up. Sometimes just being honest and being truthful can clear all of this shit up. But when you're not honest and you're not truthful and you go behind people back doing sneaky shit, this is what makes your life hard. I guess. I mean, Naja cute or whatever, but Naja, I really hope you don't turn around and be the Ariana Harlot Curry of this damn franchise, because it's starting to feel that way. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but for some reason I don't think I am. Anywho, um, so in the confessionals, Christina telling Brandon, you know, listen, I just want you home more. I mean, it shouldn't have been an argument because I was asking you when were you coming home. I mean, you do got churned. And so then he goes down this diatribe of, well, you know, men work 40 to 60 hours a week and da 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 da. And maybe if I felt appreciated more, maybe if I felt more love and comfort at home, you know what I'm saying? I could tell my schedule a little bit. Nigga, what? And I was on her side. Bitch, you gotta come home first. If you want all that, how you gonna get all that if your ass ain't home? Christina, you better than me. Ain't no way a nigga with a skip ass bun on his head will be sitting over here making me look like a goddamn fool on national TV, but that's just me. Moving on. Anthony down to the sports training facility with his son. Going through sports drills, football drills, I guess. I don't know. Latoya comes around there and she talks about wanting to take her wine nationally. I'm down for it. I love the black excellence. Do your thing, sir. And Anthony talks about how he wants to go back to Atlanta and work with some folks because during the pandemic, he had this big opportunity to work for Disney and Marvel down in Atlanta. But he didn't do it because Dr. Latoya basically told him, if you go down there and take that job, you could kiss me and your children and your marriage and your household goodbye. And so he basically came back. Now, he tried to make it seem as if she was being unreasonable and that was a once in a lifetime opportunity. And he's just hoping that the next thing that comes along, she'll show more support. Her thing was, nigga, you was doing this in the middle of 2020, in the middle of the damn pandemic, everybody dropping dead like flies. You want to travel back and forth from Detroit to Atlanta for this job. She's already a doctor, and she was working in the hospitals, then have to come home, deal with the kids, do virtual school assignments, so on and so forth. Like, you wanted her to do all of that on her own in the middle of the pandemic. One thing about it, Anthony, what God has for you is for you. So if it's meant for you to have something big on that type of level, the next thing is going to come around and it's going to be way bigger than anything Disney or Marvel could have ever given you. You understand? Like, I was on I was on her side with that. Ain't no way in hell you think you finna sit over here and do all of this, doing this and having your fun and doing whatever it is you want to do while I'm sitting at home stressed out, dealing with work, dealing with COVID, dealing with patients, dealing with death, then have to come home, deal with the churn, deal with homework, deal with virtual school, deal with this, deal with that. I was on her side with that. Call it what you want, but I was on her side with that. Moving on. Anthony plans his 11-year anniversary with Christina down to the lavender farm. It was cute. It was what it was. It was a lavender farm. It was a farm full of lavender. Okay. I ain't never heard of it. I ain't think it was such a thing, but I mean, hey, she loved it. So that's all that matters. Um, and he did it with her in the friend group, which was cute. I'll accept that. Kobe brings up Russell not being a big romancer, and I can tell it. I can tell it. I can tell it. I can. I can tell it. I can tell he's the macho he-man. All that body yada yada, all that chocolate, all that sweat. Just Lord have mercy, Jesus, Russell, child. Hold on to your man, Kobe. Hold on to your man, sir. All right, because you got me to deal with it. Then Scotty say he finna review this show too. Oh, baby, when Scotty saying, I'm gonna move. I ain't finna throw my best friend up under the bus. I ain't finna throw my best friend and his horation under the damn bus. I'm gonna let him be. But you don't have to worry about me and him, sis. I'm letting you know that right now, because your man is up for grabs, girl. Moving on. So Christina brings up Anthony being a male chauvinist pig because of his man movement. And he says that he's never been that. That's where she has it all wrong. And she explains what the class is. Um, Again, Anthony, no shade to you and your posse of fellas, but I just don't feel as though you need a whole damn. And then we find out that Marceau ass is gonna be. So that's why Marceau was there. Marceau was there for the men movement class. So to everybody that want to know why my husband was back home in Detroit, fool I line around with the Detroit cast, that's why. He was there for the men's movement class that was sponsored and hosted by Anthony. I guess. Um, Listen, it sounded stupid to me. I still don't feel as though you need to have a whole damn class and a whole damn meeting full of a bunch of damn men sitting around belching and farting all over the place, talking about a bunch of damn nothing. Like, y'all could do that shit over the phone, but fine. Do your thing, Anthony, because it sounds stupid to me. Another thing, Anthony, stay out of Brandon and Christina's marriage. All right? Stay out of their marriage, please. And what was funny is, because when Kobe brought up you working with Naja, that she heard from Russell. Russell had the nerve to tell her, Kobe, to stay out of their marriage. But none of y'all niggas told Anthony to do the damn same. Because as far as I'm concerned, Anthony and Kobe did the same damn thing. Brandon and Christina couldn't really have a conversation without Anthony jumping in and trying to take up for Brandon. And now, here we go with Kobe breaking up what she done heard from Russ about Brandon working with Naja. Now all of a sudden she's supposed to shut up and she can't say nothing. And she got to stay out of their shit. Well, that's what you get for running your damn mouth with your wife. That's what you get. I told y'all, men gossip just as much, if not more, than women do. Because you saw what happened. The minute Russell had the opportunity to run back and tell Kobe everything that he done heard about this new artist Naja, he went and told his cackling ass wife, who couldn't wait to bring that situation up to the forefront. Well, again, Brandon, I lay this on your doorstep, friend, because this is what happens when you don't be damn honest. See, if you was honest with Christina from the very beginning you being honest can eliminate her insecurities. But the more you keep lying and withholding information from her, but then she has to turn around and find this out from somebody else, this is why she feels the way that she feels, which is why honesty is the best policy. It'll do you in your marriage and your relationships a whole lot better. Holding on to shit and letting folk find out the way that they found out. Listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't blame Christina for feeling away, because if I was Christina, yeah, I would feel away too. I had to find out in this setting and not from you. And then I would have so many more questions. Well, how long have you been working with her? Where did she come from? Why does she absolutely need your help? Why couldn't she go to somebody else in Detroit? Why does it got to be you? Like, it's about to be a whole bunch of other questions, but hey, when you're not honest, this is what happens. Anywho, that's all I got. I ain't got no more to give y'all. 27 minutes. Dear Lord God. Well, the next ones won't be this long. This was the first episode of the first season. We had to break down these characters, break down some of their interactions, and, how, who, know who, and this, that, and this. I don't know who the anchors of the show are. I'm assuming it's Brandon and Christina. Maybe they're in the nucleus because we met them first. So, I'm guessing. I would think it would be Anthony and Dr. Latoya because they've been married the longest. They've been married for 14 years, but I don't think it's them. I think it's Brandon and Christina. So, fine. For the most part, it was cool. It was cool. I found it interesting. I found it entertaining. It wasn't a chore to watch. So yeah, I plan on keeping it on the repertoire for the second channel. So y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about last night's premiere episode of Love and Marriage Detroit. And yeah, depending on how the numbers do, will determine if I make this a less gag for the main channel. So if y'all want that, run these numbers up, run them comments up, run up that like button. And yeah, I'm about to run my ass on out of here. Bye.